A very good morning to all the students. This video for the class 7 subject science chapter number 8, that is wind, storms and cyclones. This is your lecture number 4. So let's start this lecture. So the topics to be covered are, so in this video lecture we are going to cover some NCERT solution on page number 92 of this chapter number 8. The first question is fill in the blanks. Fill the missing words in the blank space in the following statement. So the first is wind is blank air. Second one is winds are generated due to blank heating on the earth. Third one is near the earth's surface dash air rises up, whereas blank air comes down. Air moves from a region of a particular pressure to region of blank pressure. So the answer of all these fill in the blanks are wind is moving air. Moving air is wind. Winds are generated due to the uneven heating of the earth. Third is near the earth's surface warm air rises up, because warm air lighter in weight, so it can easily rises up, whereas the cold air comes down because of the heavier weight. Fourth one is air moves from a region of high pressure to region of the low pressure. Air moves from always high pressure to the low pressure. Next question number second is suggest the two methods to find out wind direction at a given place. So you have to suggest the two methods to find out the wind direction at a given place. So the following method to find out the wind direction at a given place are, so the answer of this question is the following methods to find out the wind direction at a given place are as, so the two methods are, first one is take a handful of fine sand and release it slowly to the ground from a very great height. Then you observe the direction of a sand in which it moves. So the direction in which the sand moves, that shows the direction of the wind. Second method is tie a thin sheet of a polythene or a cloth with a long stick. Then keep the stick at a greater height. After that you will observe the direction of the sheet or the cloth in which it moves. That is the direction of the wind. Okay, we can say that by seeing the direction of dry leaves released in the air, also the method of to find out the wind direction at a given place. So the direction in which that sheet or the cloth moves shows the direction of the wind. Moving on to the third question, that is state the two experiences that made you think that air exerts some pressure. So the two experiences are here. First one is the force exerted by the air is termed as air pressure. The force exerted by the air is air pressure. If there is a force applied, then there exerts some pressure. So the following experiment or the following example to show that air exerts pressure. The first one is when air is pumped to the bicycle tire by applying some force, it expands in its size. When we pumped a bicycle tire by applying some force, it expands in its size. Then this shows that the air inside the tire exerts the pressure on the wall of the tire. Next is when the hollow straw is put in the liquid and suck the hollow straw through the mouth, then the liquid rises into the straw. That is because of due to the difference in the air pressure inside and air pressure outside. Okay, and another example is that when we fill the air in the balloon, it becomes tight, and if we try to fill more air balloon, then it gets burst, which proves that air exerts some pressure. Moving on, our fourth question. You want to buy a house. Would you like to buy a house having windows but no ventilators? So explain your answer. So the answer of this question is, the air near the roof of the house get warms, as warm air is lighter in weight, so it's lighter than the cool air and it rises up. So the room get warm. Then the ventilators are provided at the top of the wall, so the warm air easily goes out through the ventilators and thus maintain the temperature of the house same as that of outside. Okay, it is not a good idea to buy a house without the ventilator, because the warm air is lighter than the cool air. So warm air always rises up and pass out of your home, from your home, through the ventilator. So accordingly, without ventilator, warm air will not pass out. Okay, and the house will remain warm. So this is the reason not to buy the house without any ventilator. Okay, thus we would like to buy a house having window and ventilators. Next is question number 5. Explain why holes are made in hanging banners and hoarding. So answer is, as the wind blows with a high pressure on the hanging banners and hoarding, it may displace and tear the banners and hoarding. Okay, so holes in the banners and hoarding help air to pass through it. Okay, so the banner can withstand the pressure of the air and remain intact. This is the reason. So the holes are made in the hanging banners and hoarding having the large area, so air can easily pass through these holes to reduce the pressure exerted on the banner and hoarding. Next is question number 6. That is, how will you help your neighbors in a case of cyclone that approach your village and town? How will you help your neighbors in a case of a cyclone? So we can help our neighbors in case of a cyclone by many of following measures. First one is by helping in moving to take shelter and other safer place. Second is by helping in moving to the tall building, and that building should be strong. Third one is by keeping the packaged water, packaged food item with them. Fourth one is by keeping some power source like generator, torch and batteries, etc. Next is by avoiding the driving on roads, as flood may cause the roads. Okay, or by calling the emergency services such as police or the medical centers. Okay, these are the protecting measures that we can help our neighbor in case of cyclone. Moving on to the 7th question, that is, what planning is required in advance to deal with the situation created by a cyclone? So first one is the safety measure that to be taken by the government is cyclone warning system must be given through various communication systems like the TV and radios. Second, there should be an arrangement of safer places area and providing some shelters to all the people. Third one is the arrangement of the packaged water, packaged food and the medical facility should be provided to the safer place. These are the safety measures that be taken by the government. And the government should keep the transport like the boat and helicopter be ready. Next is the safety measures to be taken by the people. First is people should follow the guidelines provided by the government or by the various communication systems like TV, radios, etc. Second is by moving to the tallest building. Third, if there is a time, keep the packaged water, packaged food item with yourself. Moving on our next question, that is question number 8. Which one of the following place is unlikely to be affected by cyclone? So the options are, first option is Chennai, second is Mangalore, third one is Amritsar, or fourth one is Puri. So the answer is moving on our next question, that is question number 8. Which one of the following place is unlikely to be affected by a cyclone? So the options are, first option is Chennai, Mangalore, Amritsar and Puri. So the correct option is Amritsar, because Amritsar is far away from the sea level, while the remaining three are Puri, Mangalore and Chennai. These three are coastal areas, present in the coastal areas and are more likely to be hit by the cyclone. So the Amritsar is far away from the sea. That's why this place is unlikely to be affected by the cyclone. Okay, next is question number 9. Which of the following statement given below is correct? So the first option is, in winter the winds flow from land to the ocean. Second one is, in summers the winds flow from the land toward the ocean. Or a cyclone is formed by a very high pressure system with very high speed winds revolving around it. Or the coastline of India is not vulnerable to cyclone. So you have to choose the correct option. So the answer of this question is option number first, that is, in winters the winds flow from the land to ocean region. That is the correct statement. Next is the homework solution of lecture number 3. So the first question is, when the strong high speed wind blows, an umbrella held upright at times gets upturned. So explain the reason why the umbrella gets upturned. So the umbrella upturns because of the high speed water passing through the umbrella that creates low pressure. This umbrella upturns because of the high speed water passing through the umbrella and it creates the low pressure. Okay. Moving on the second question. Describe an activity to demonstrate that warm air is lighter than the cool air. So this is the activity that demonstrates the warm air is lighter than the cool air. Firstly, take the two paper bags or the empty paper cups of the same size. Hang the two bags in the inverted position on the two ends of a wooden stick. After that, tie a piece of a thread in the middle of the stick and hold the stick by thread for the balance. Put a burning candle below one of the bags. As the warm air rises up, it pushes the bag above the candle. This is because warmer air is lighter in weight, so it rises up. So the paper rises up. Moving on to the third question. Why is it advisable not to shut all the doors and windows during a storm? Because in order to avoid the roof from getting blown away or blown off due to the low pressure created by the heavy wind. Because the pressure outside the house is low and inside the house is high. So air pressure moves from high pressure to low pressure. That's why it's avoid the roof from getting blown away due to the low pressure created by the heavy winds. Next is the homework of lecture number 4. You have to revise and learn all the NCERT questions of chapter number 8, windstorm and cyclone, and write it down in your science fair notebook. Okay, this is it about this today's lecture. Hope you have understood this lecture. Thank you and have a nice day.